Hello guys, I'm Tom, and today we're going to explore what the Scorpius Rex is. Within the vast and fascinating universe of Jurassic Park 3 and Jurassic World, one of the most enigmatic, terrifying, and lethal dinosaur hybrids is, without a doubt, the E750, popularly known as Scorpius Rex. Introduced in the Netflix animated series Jurassic World, Camp Cretaceous. From its very first appearance, this creature makes an impact not only because of its grotesque and unsettling physical appearance, but also because of its unpredictable behavior, predatory intelligence, and the mysterious aura that surrounds it, establishing itself as one of the most memorable antagonists in the entire franchise. The Scorpius Rex is a deliberately engineered hybrid designed to push the boundaries of known genetics. Although it chronologically follows earlier experiments such as the modified Spinosaurus, its development was carried out in complete secrecy, under strict clandestine conditions, and with unethical methods that bypassed InGen's formal oversight. This secrecy explains why it was never officially recognized as the first formal hybrid in the saga, instead relegated to a secret experiment, forgotten by the corporation until its danger became undeniable. The ES-750 was kept in cryogenic storage within InGen's underground tunnels, lying in a safe slumber until, eventually, an accident unleashed this force of nature. In the third season of Camp Cretaceous, the ES-750 becomes the main antagonist of the story, and it's easy to see why. Its design blends the ferocity of a classic predator with unique hybrid traits, including a surprisingly advanced strategic behavior for a dinosaur. Every appearance of this monster is carefully crafted to build tension, from moments of silent hunting to direct confrontations with the protagonists. Its presence transforms the narrative into a constant atmosphere of danger and suspense. Its story deserves in-depth analysis, not only because of its physical abilities, but also due to the scientific and ethical context of its creation, Dr. Henry Wu's role in its development, and the reasons it was officially classified as a failed experiment. InGen's objective in creating hybrids was always ambitious: to generate new attractions for the park and secure media attention, hoping to capture the interest of investors and visitors. In the episode The Watering Hole, Brooklyn discovers encrypted notes with DNA sequences documenting Dr. Wu's earlier experiments, identifying the ES-750 as a key, though failed, prototype that preceded the famous Indominus Rex and Indoraptor. This reveals that Scorpius Rex was conceived as an experimental hybrid, deliberately combining DNA from species like Tyrannosaurus and Spinosaurus to maximize the creature's aggression, strength, and adaptability. The first concrete mention of the ES-750 appears in Season 1, when Brooklyn accesses Dr. Wu's computer and finds a folder titled ES-750 Clinical Test Results. Inside are records of other dinosaurs used in its creation, providing clues about its genetic composition and the scale of the scientific manipulation involved. Later episodes highlight Dr. Wu's obsession. A scientist who, according to Eddie, was willing to cross any ethical boundary in order to experiment, even creating monsters that surpassed the understanding of his own colleagues. One incident describes an assistant carrying a specific antidote to neutralize the hybrid's venomous spines, emphasizing the very real danger it posed, even to the experts working directly with it. In Season 2, the release of the Scorpius Rex happens by accident, triggered by a combination of human errors and unforeseen technical issues. Kenji unintentionally causes a short circuit in the cryogenic chamber, leading to a cooling system failure, while the deaths of two small dinosaurs, Mitch and Tiffany, worsen the situation when they accidentally dislodge a critical cable. This chain of mistakes ultimately frees the ES-750, whose ominous roar echoes across the island, marking its return to the world and heralding a new chapter of chaos and terror. The third season adds a dramatic twist. Not only does Scorpius Rex escape, but it also demonstrates reproductive capability, resulting in the presence of more hybrids. This significantly increases the threat, not only for the protagonists, but for the island's entire ecosystem. Its first actions in the wild include hunting and devouring a ceratosaurus, destroying a surveillance drone, and instilling fear among other dinosaurs. Gallimimus shows signs of extreme panic, avoiding the camp altogether, highlighting the constant threat it represents. Its interactions with the protagonists are equally intense and cinematic. Despite obstacles like the camp's electrified fence and momentary distractions caused by lightning or the roars of other dinosaurs, Scorpius Rex showcases a startling predatory intelligence. Sammy, wounded by the creature's venomous spines, tries to obtain an antidote, but is attacked again. Thanks to the children's cleverness, who use gasoline to start a fire, she manages to escape, underscoring the constant tension and imminent danger the creature embodies. Later, the ES750 attempts to hunt the bioluminescent oviraptors, but is forced to retreat when confronted by the organized defense of their pack. Shortly afterward, Lucy and Ben make the horrifying discovery that there are now 2 Scorpius Rex on the island, fighting each other in a ferocious battle over prey. This internal conflict gives the protagonists a chance to hide, while Darius, recalling his earlier encounter with Blue, decides to look for a tranquilizer weapon to face them. Finally, after a tense confrontation, the children manage to collapse the beams of the visitor center's roof, crushing the Scorpius Rex while Blue escapes unharmed, bringing an epic and definitive close to this chapter in the history of Jurassic World's hybrids. Later on, when Dr. Henry Wu returns to the island with the firm intention of collecting DNA from the Indominus Rex, a crucial step in his project to create the feared Indoraptor, the scientist is confronted with a terrifying discovery. The Scorpius Rex has escaped its confinement. While desperately searching through his laptop in the laboratory, convinced that he would find the information he needed to move forward, he is forced to face the grim reality that his monstrous creation is now roaming free on the island, preying on both humans and dinosaurs. During his journey, Henry Wu soon comes face to face with the young protagonists, who, with the courage that only desperation can grant, decide to confront him. It is Brooklyn who steps forward and addresses him directly. With a voice that blends both outrage and fear, she warns him of the enormous danger posed by the Scorpius Rex, demanding that he put an end once and for all to his hybrid experiments. The young girl also reveals a shocking fact. The ES750 has the ability to reproduce sexually, something unthinkable for a hybrid of its kind. Brooklyn explains how they had previously managed to neutralize similar creatures, making it clear that if this monster were to multiply, the consequences would be devastating for the entire ecosystem. The confrontation reaches a critical point when the children, risking everything, manage to rescue Brooklyn and destroy Dr. Wu's computer. With the system down and all files related to the Scorpius Rex completely erased, all of the accumulated scientific data about the hybrid is lost forever. Deprived of his most valuable information, Wu is forced to change his approach, turning instead to the DNA of the Indominus Rex as the foundation to continue his obsessive Indoraptor project. This moment effectively marks the definitive closure of the ES750 story within the Jurassic World and Jurassic Park canon, relegating it to a dark chapter, a reminder of what happens when science crosses boundaries that were never meant to be broken. If we go back to its origins and thoroughly analyze its traits, the Scorpius Rex emerges as an imposing predator, a scientific abomination designed to surpass everything known. It was a theropod of colossal dimensions, smaller than the Indominus Rex, yet much larger and bulkier than the Indoraptor. Its appearance was unmistakable and disturbing, coal-black scales, reminiscent of the Indoraptor's design, combined with a grotesque and deformed body that gave it the air of a nightmare creature. Its face was the very image of horror. It had glowing red eyes that shone in the shadows like burning embers. Its upper jaw jutted out abnormally, creating a visual imbalance that made it even more terrifying, while its crooked, razor-sharp teeth completed a facial design so sinister that even Simon Masrani deemed it completely unsuitable for public display in the park. The body of the Scorpius Rex was a mix of brute strength and deadly adaptations. Its legs were powerful, designed for sudden charges and lethal leaps, while its arms, though short, ended in long, razor-sharp claws capable of tearing through flesh with ease. Its hind limbs had retractable claws similar to those of a velociraptor, giving it a perfect balance of speed, agility, and raw brutality. But what truly set it apart from the other hybrids were its venomous spines. Lethal barbs running along its neck, back, elbows, and tail, capable of being launched at a distance like toxic projectiles. This feature, inherited from scorpionfish DNA, made it a unique predator, able to strike without even making direct contact. Dr. Wu, obsessed with perfecting the hybrid formula, mixed DNA from multiple carnivorous dinosaur species with that of modern animals. The result was a monster that, although considered an aesthetic failure, functioned flawlessly as a predator. Countless theories have emerged regarding its genetic makeup. Some fans suggest that, in addition to Tyrannosaurus, Velociraptor, Spinosaurus, Carnotaurus, and scorpionfish, human DNA may also have been incorporated, possibly explaining its disturbingly humanoid traits and its chilling, almost human-like roars. In terms of size, the Scorpius Rex commanded respect. Nearly 4 meters tall and 8 meters long, with a body structure designed for both hunting and intimidation. Its temperament was comparable to that of the Indominus Rex and the Indoraptor, psychotic, erratic, and utterly unpredictable. It did not attack solely out of hunger, but also out of sheer bloodlust and territoriality, making it a threat not only to prey, but to rival predators as well. Dr. Wu himself described it with words that reflected both pride and fear. It is extremely aggressive, and its mind seems fragmented, just as unpredictable as its body. It is a formidable carnivore with abilities that make it an almost impossible enemy to defeat, representing an absolute risk to both humans and dinosaurs alike. Among its many abilities were its crushing jaws, sharp claws, and brute strength, but also its surprising speed for an animal of its size. Its skin served as a natural armor, making external attacks difficult, while its venomous spines allowed it to take down prey from a distance, weakening them progressively before moving in for the kill. Added to this was its camouflage ability, an inheritance from the Indominus Rex, that made it an invisible hunter at the most critical moments. Furthermore, it possessed highly developed senses, a sharp sense of smell, acute hearing, night vision, and even heat detection, placing it firmly at the top of the food chain. Nevertheless, despite its perfection as a killing machine, the Scorpius Rex also revealed weaknesses. Its psychotic temperament often led it to become distracted by external stimuli, such as fire or loud noises. When two specimens coexisted, instead of cooperating, they would fight to the death, as seen in the final battle alongside Blue. Likewise, certain environmental factors, such as low temperatures or harassment from entire herds of herbivores, could force it to retreat, showing that even with its overwhelming power, it was not invincible. The series designers revealed that the appearance of the Scorpius Rex was directly inspired by scorpionfish, marine creatures known for their venom and bizarre shapes, with the intention of conveying to the audience that this hybrid was unnatural in every sense. Interestingly, some design details evoke vaguely humanoid traits, which has led fans to connect it to early, discarded concepts from the fourth Jurassic Park installment, where dinosaur-human hybrids were once considered. Although that project never materialized, the Scorpius Rex seems like a remnant of that idea, a reminder of how close the franchise came to introducing an even more disturbing vision. Ultimately, the Scorpius Rex represents one of the most terrifying, sophisticated, and lethal hybrids ever created in the Jurassic World universe. Its combination of intelligence, strength, venom, camouflage, and psychopathy makes it an unforgettable predator, a monster that transcends fiction to remind us of what happens when science ignores the limits of ethics. Although its story in the saga is brief, the impact it left on fans is indelible, securing its place as one of the most iconic and disturbing creatures in the franchise.